Welcome to London's iconic Notting Hill. Today I'm going to be taking you inside this beautifully restored Mews house that was formerly a humble flower shop. Now it combines its original character with refined contemporary luxury to bring you this 1,800 square foot interior designed home. Nestled down the same idyllic street where Adele recorded her first ever album, Corrington Mews offers a quaint and picturesque lifestyle here in the busy city centre of London. Now it's time to explore and head inside. I'm Jasmine and you're watching The Luxury Home Show. So we wanted to come out here and give you a proper look at the street that the house is sat upon. It's just at the end here. You can see we've got all these beautiful Mews houses. Just behind me over there at the end is the recording studio we told you about, which is a really cool addition to have on the end of your street. In the summer, everyone comes out. It's a real tight-knit community. There's garden parties. So lovely just to be placed somewhere like this, and it's so quiet. You wouldn't even believe you're in the middle of London. But here we are at the house. How picturesque and stunning is this? I feel like this is something you'd see in like a little fairy tale book almost. You've got these stairs on the side leading up to the principal suite as well. Access out into the kitchen there. You've got storage. And just look how pretty it is with the white bricks, the green paint. It looks so fresh and new, which it is because it has recently been restored. But I think it's just time to head inside because I can't wait to show you. Now you're probably wanting to know, what is the damage? Well, you can get this place for just under £3.5 million and it's listed with Knight Frank. So for any more information, you can find that down below in the description. Now, before we head inside, I have another very exciting announcement. Luxury Home Show are teaming up with the Looking Glass Lodge to bring you a free 2-night weekend stay in their incredible glass-fronted cabin in the woods down on the Kentish coast. Now, Tom and I went there last year and filmed an episode. We had the best time ever, and I'm sure you guys will too. So for the chance to win this, you have to go down to our description, make sure you subscribe and join our mail list so you find out when you win. You lucky sods. Anyway, time to go inside and start this tour. The house is arranged over 4 floors, including a basement level. On this floor now, we have our kitchen, living and dining, which I'll show you very shortly. And then we have 3 bedrooms altogether. Starting here in the entrance hall, we actually have a gorgeous WC in here with this feature Jane Clayton wallpaper and then also a very striking marble basin. So that's great that that's there as soon as you walk in. And then there's also some storage in here. It's kind of like a little boot room section. You can see we've got the stairs behind me leading up and down, but we're gonna go to the right into the kitchen. London Mews were originally built as stables for the surrounding townhouses in the 18th and 19th century. This one was built in the 1850s. But nowadays, they're all mostly used and transformed into luxury houses, such as this one, all designed perfectly for modern day living. So we're going to kickstart this tour off here in the kitchen. Throughout here, we have quite a simplistic and minimalistic approach, even though we do have these really nice pops of pink here. All the joinery was done by Sylvan Works and they open so seamlessly. And my favorite part is when you close it, it's soft close. It's just the little things in life that just make me so happy. And I like how that contrasts really nicely to this quartz worktop. And it's actually this Maya gold color from Artemis stone. And it's bookended. So if we come over to the end where we have the waterfall island, you can see that the veinage continues down. Now it's not quite book matched because that means it's symmetrical at the split. But as you can see here, it carries on perfectly. And we also have that over here on the countertop and splashback. Now quartz is a lot more durable than marble. It won't stain if you spill anything on it, which is why it's preferred a lot of the time here on kitchen surfaces. In terms of appliances, we have Miele, the induction hob here. We've got an oven, fridge, freezer on this side, and we also have a dishwasher. We do have a Siemens induction fan above here, but it is quite a minimalistic one, so not too big and not too in the way. Now, this place is packed with storage. We've got it all below here, and we even have this pantry style one at the end here, which I can imagine putting your toaster, kettle, etc. in. And then it's got the drawers down below. But I suppose you don't really need a kettle because you do have the Kuka hot water boiling tap just here. And then another thing I want to point out is just in these drawers, where we have this English walnut insert in there. And I just think little touches like that really just make it all the more luxury and seamless. Now, lighting is another huge key part of these Mews houses, especially as, like we said, they weren't designed to originally be houses. So you'll see a lot of clever ways to incorporate the light as we go around. In the kitchen, I love all the ambient lighting. You've got it under here, you've got it in the cupboards. But what's really good is the discrete switches. So it's tiny, just tucked under there. We've got so many really cool light fittings and pieces all the way throughout. So I'll point as many out as I can as we go along. But I actually want to talk about this little lounge section just off the kitchen. I love how they've tied in the pink from the cabinetry onto the chaise longue and armchair here, and not to mention that it is my favorite material, and that is boucle. I just like the addition of all the different colors, and the interior design throughout here is a bit more eclectic. And I think because this has such a fun and interesting history as a Mews house, you have more of a license to be creative, more so than you would say in a traditional London townhouse. And you're really going to notice that as we go around, especially with these pops of color. So the armchair and chaise longue is from a brand called Nicky Cornell. And I also really love this fun floor lamp over here. This is from a brand called Koalas Ain't Bears, which I've had no problem remembering throughout today because that's quite an interesting name. And it's that brass and iron feature. And this tropical theme, you're going to kind of notice throughout the entire house, which I love. But we're moving over to here where we have kind of our dining room section. Starting here, we have our breakfast stools, the same pink cabinetry under there. And if you look carefully, mine and Tom's absolute favorite thing are the indentations you have on bar stools, just to make them extra comfy. So we have more storage along here, and then the Dunavox wine cooler just next to them. Now, when we go downstairs to the basement, you're gonna be blown away by the wine room down there. It's like 10 times the size of that. So if you're a wine connoisseur, this is a good spot to be. Now, like I mentioned, the eclectic interior design is so fun with all these pops of colors, and I love these silhouette candle holders as well. Everything's just so funky. Like, I love this kind of style. This table actually expands so you can have it extended and fit more people around. And I love this light so much. It's kind of more of a neutral fabric pleated style, and that's from a brand called Demo Lights. And then over on this side, you've got the side table with the touches of brass coming through, which match these wall lights. Now, they're called Brighton, and they're from a brand called Pookie Lights, which is another name that I'm not going to forget anytime soon, which I love. And like I said, the lighting is just such a key part throughout here, and it's all really nice and ambient. We only have a few spotlights in the ceiling. So speaking of lighting, the owners during the renovation have done an incredible job at getting light into the basement, and they've done this by adding kind of like this light well here. So we have the glass balustrades and essentially a hole in the floor that looks down into the basement. But because that's here, you've got all the natural light from here flooding down to there and even through this window here. So that's really light filled down there. And I think it's quite, a fun, funky addition to the room as well. This is probably my favorite part, okay? So you've got these gorgeous doors leading out into kind of like a little front garden section where you've got storage for a bike, you've got a table here, loads of flowers and pots everywhere. It's really quite a vibe. And like I said before, the community here is so nice. I can imagine being out here for street parties. And then you also have access up to your bedroom via this staircase just there. And then there's shutters on these doors as well for privacy, which is great. So when you are sat in there, you can close everything off. But I think that's us wrapped up in this open plan room. So let's head back into the hallway. Now it's time to head down to the basement where we have an interesting take on a cinema/media room. Let's go. Now the engineered oak carries on down onto the basement floor, and I also love the kind of brass brown handrail we have. But check this out. This must be one of the best parts of the house. So we have this huge wine storage through here. So if the wine fridge upstairs wasn't enough for you, this is here too. And I love how you've got the lighter wood in here. All of it's filled as well, and it smells like proper like English walnut. Absolutely love that. And you've got plenty of storage in there. The lighting as well makes it look so nice. And then straight opposite, we actually have our utility room. Now you're probably thinking that is some funky wallpaper, and it's by the same brand, so Jane Clayton, but the artist for this one and also the one in the bathroom upstairs is a man called Christopher Farclough. But Great pops of color in here, especially with the white glossy units. So much storage. We've even got a little hanging rail in here, and then our Miele washer and dryer too. So, ooh, do you know what I've just felt? We actually have these quilted effect tiles that are very soft on the feet. Love that. But come on, this is gonna be the best room. Now, there are some really incredible statement pieces throughout this room. We've got these huge vases here, but my favorite piece has to be these lemon vases just here. Now, I'm not 100% sure where they're from, but I did try and do a bit of research and I saw some very similar, if not the same ones, from a brand called the Dutch Hostel. So if you're like me and want a lemon vase, there you go, you're welcome. Now, this is set up as quite a formal space, but with one very clever solution, this whole room transforms into a media/cinema room. So just opposite me now, we have the Epsom 4K projector, and then above me here, wow, like magic, we have the projector screen, which drops down, kind of covers the artwork and the textured wall, and stands above the fireplace. How cool is that? So at night, I can imagine getting really cozy with the fire on. You've got the projector screen up. What a vibe. Now, obviously you're all looking at this because this is such a stunning fireplace. It's called the Faulkner by Chesney's, and we actually have the black slate slipped and half, and then this is a lovely Kabuka limestone. Now, the fire itself is a bioethanol fire, so don't have to buy loads of logs, which is nice, and it's actually really warm. It's doing its job well. But if we actually come over to this side of the room, I am obsessed with this side table, and I like the kind of optical illusion we've got going on, really adding different dimensions and just patterns throughout this room, which has been done so well. I like how it's also been turned into kind of like a little mini bar setup. A lovely lighting strip here to emphasize the paintings, but while we're here, this is where we have the light well. So just up there is the window from the kitchen, and the sun is just pouring in. You can see it's just so bright in here, and this has done wonders for this room. I think if it was just artificial lighting down here, it would be very dull. Let's do like a little lap actually. So we've got the sofa here. Behind me, another great piece of artwork, and I do really love this kind of bronze metallic style wallpaper we have at the back with those pink hues. And I love how that really ties in with some of the other metallic elements you see throughout here. For example, we've got another wallpaper with that metallic finish. Here we've got like these beaded tables, even kind of the aspects on the coffee table as well. The layering of different textures and materials and patterns really just carries on that interior design theme that we have all throughout the house. Now above me you can see we have these 3 speakers in the ceiling. We do have an integrated Sonos sound system throughout the basement level, the master bedroom, and then also the kitchen space that can all be controlled by an app on your phone or the smart control pads you see throughout. This really is set up to be such a cozy movie room, but also a formal dining room. I love the variety. Anyway, it's time to head out because I want to take you up to our first bedroom. Let's go. We're now up on the first floor of the property where we have 2 of 3 of our bedrooms. First up is the principal suite. Now this bedroom is so stunning. So come on into the bedroom part itself where we have the most gorgeous headboard ever. I love how all the colors here tie into the colors throughout the whole room. Lots of different textures again, and this is an absolutely huge bed. We've got the kind of China style bedside table lamps, but the best thing in this room I think has to be the access out onto the balcony. So at the start of the video, we saw the little staircase that came up the front of the house. That leads up to this little terrace balcony here. You'd get the morning sun out there, having a little coffee, or you could look over the street parties. I think they're actually setting up for one right now, so that's pretty cool. I think it's a bit later, so unfortunately we won't be there for that, but I wish. Anyway, come further this way. So we have a dressing room section, tons of storage, and then you've got the skylight all the way up there with the Velux window. We also have AC in a lot of the rooms, all of the bedrooms, which is great, but let's have a little nosy. Shelving, rails, and drawers. I don't know if you've noticed, but I definitely have. All of the drawers in the cupboards are like soft close, like nothing squeaking or making a noise. It's really nice, well thought through. This is the bathroom and it's absolutely beautiful. I love how we've got the kind of subway tiles on this side, but they carry on above the marble over here. A lot of nice colors in here. You've even got the touches of kind of violet in the marble, which is all in the shower as well. You've got the skylight above there too, so completely light filled. And then it's worth noting in the bathrooms on the first floor, you do have underfloor heating, which is probably great on your toes first thing in the morning. And then we've got all of this mirror storage through here as well, which is absolutely fabulous. So heading down the hallway, you can see we've got the heat miser system there. Come into this bedroom because we have a proper switch up with the color scheme, but it's just as funky. Look, we've got loads of like lemurs on the bed frame. I saw them on the pillows downstairs as well. Now this bedroom doesn't have an ensuite, but we do have tons of storage. And whilst we're in here, I just want to point out we do have these wrought iron radiators, very like Victorian-esque, which is obviously kind of the time when this house would have been made as a stable. And then here's some more windows. I reckon from here you can probably see like the DJ decks being set up for the street party. Wish we were staying for that. Anyway, come on, back out. Now, because that bedroom didn't have an ensuite, we do have a family bathroom just next door and a very different color scheme in here. I like the vertical subway tiles and that high gloss. They carry on all in the shower and then halfway here. You've got these little recesses with the marble inserts there, more mirror storage, but this shower is stunning. You've got all the brass fixtures here, tying in nicely. You've even got it on the shower frame, on the towel warmer, and then you've got these nice big stone tiles on the floor. But I'm going to take you up to the top floor now. So this room is currently set up as a study, but it could be your third bedroom if you wanted it. But I love this as a study. Right at the top of the house, we have the Velux windows. You're separated from kind of the rest of the house, so you could really get some work done here. I love the wallpaper. You've got the fake bamboo, and I love this hand-painted vase from Margot and Plum. I think it's such a feature just there on its own table. It deserves it. Desk here in the middle, and then it looks like we have loads of storage up here as well. Should we have a look? Yep, nice. Bit of, you can even walk in there if you wanted to. And this is a door. Oh, a door to a door. Oh my God, look. There's a hidden snug. Oh, you would not be able to get me out of this room. I would be here with a book and I would never leave. It's really warm in here as well. They've even put like a little window just next to the skylight in the bathroom, so you still get light in here. Wow, this was such a great surprise. So we've just taken a short 5-minute, if that, walk down to Portobello Market, which is just behind me now. It's so fun here, vibrant, the markets are incredible, and the food is delicious. But I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. Make sure you give us a big fat thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome to London. On today's episode, I'm going to be giving you a tour of this stunning restored Victorian townhouse that was originally built in 1879. It's been developed by Sahar Properties, who have done an amazing job at paying homage to its Victorian heritage, whilst also creating the perfect contemporary home for a busy family.